Live from the Saints Center on the campus of DeUville University in Buffalo, New York, CSI Sportsnet welcomes you into coverage of East Coast Conference men's basketball. And tonight's ECC matchup, the College of Staten Island Dolphins take on the DeUville University Saints. Good evening, everybody. Once again, my name is Joe Foreman on the call, audio only for CSI Sportsnet. As always, you can also watch via Flow College by scanning the QR code on your screen. Then you can pair our audio with the live video of the game and have a full CSI broadcast if you so desire. Asa Kone jumping for the Dolphins against the 7-footer on the other side, Marko Milivojevic. And Milivojevic wins the tip for DeUville. They had to chase it into the backcourt, but the Saints control and quickly put up a three. It rolls off, and it's rebounded by Goldstein off the miss by Sean Reynolds. At the other end, Wiggin trapped on the baseline, threw it away. Long outlet set him up, and once he left his feet, he had nowhere to go as racing back the other way, Maxence Masadia lays it in. Strong finish with a full head of steam by the Saints starting point guard, and they lead it 2-0. Tynes with it on the left wing, now Chestnut. JJ reaching 1,000 career points in his last game. Goldstein kicks out off the drive. Now Tynes swings to Chestnut, and his pull-up is off the mark. Rebound pulled in by Dawson Matzel. Masadia swings it to the left wing, bounce pass inside to Milivojevic. He feeds a cutting Masadia. Quick ball movement and good rotation by the Dolphins. Milivojevic rejected by Wiggin from behind. He did not see him coming. Wiggin for three. Splash! What a sequence from Mitchell Wiggin and the Dolphins. The rejection at one end and the three at the other end. Dolphins in front, 3-2. Milivojevic on the outside, hands it off to Matzel. Matzel uses the screen, kicks out from the free throw line, and the Saints will reset. Masadia kicks into the corner. Three on the way from Warren. No good. Milivojevic with the rebound, goes to work on Kone and kicks out. 15 to shoot for DeUville. Masadia on the drive, kicks to the corner. Warren will try again. Off back iron, rebound by Wiggin. He's off to the races. Wiggin right at Milivojevic, and he is rejected. Wiggin met by the 7-footer, could not get a quality shot off and was blocked. Matzel for three. Dawson Matzel from downtown. And the Saints go back in front by a pair. It's 5-3. Goldstein from the corner. No good. Tynes with the rebound. Out to Wiggin, top of the arc. Now Chestnut. Directing traffic. Goldstein on the wing. Dribbles baseline. Tiptoes the baseline and finds Tynes. Tynes. Fall away. Floater off glass. No good. Kone with the rebound. Kone back up. He banks it in. And the score is tied at 5. Asa Kone on the offensive glass has the Dolphins even. Masadia swings it to Warren. Now Milivojevic over to Matzel. Matzel uses the Milivojevic screen. Fall away jumper off the front rim and rebounded by Goldstein. Goldstein bounce pass for Chestnut along the baseline. He finds a cutting Kone out to Tynes for three. Off the mark, tipped by Chestnut, no good. Rebound Wiggin. Wiggin back up. He's blocked by Milivojevic once again. That's already 2 blocks for the 7-footer in the middle. Masadia outside. Milivojevic left open. That rattles out. Tipped by Warren into the arms of Tynes. Goldstein will bring it up. He uses the Kone screen. Now Tynes with the screen. Goldstein uses the Kone screen once again. Shot fake, kick out. Chestnut into the corner for Tynes. Tynes backing in. Goes up on Warren. He is rejected. Thought he was fouled. And the Saints will head back the other way. Milivojevic hands off. Masadia for three. And he knocks it down. Saints take a 3-point lead on that last bucket. Goldstein uses the Kone screen once again and sends it back out to Chestnut. JJ on the drive. Bounce pass for Kone. And his shot was altered by Milivojevic as Kone ended up on the floor. Saints right back up the floor. Matsell for three. Off the mark this time. Offensive rebound pulled in by the Saints. They reset. Masadia into the corner for Warren. He looks to drive, met with a double team, and can't hit the turnaround jumper off the back rim. Kone with the rebound. Goldstein up the floor. Once again gets a screen from Kone, picks up his dribble and kicks out. Wiggin on the right wing uses the screen. His pull-up jumper rolls off the rim, and it's rebounded by Warren. Saints bring it up slowly. An unrelenting pace to this game early. That pass tipped and stolen on the inside. Masadia gets it back, can't finish on the feed from Milivojevic. Chestnut will bring it up for CSI. He gets a screen from Kone as he was fouled by Masadia. And with 14:19 to go, we head to a media timeout. Over 5 minutes gone by in the first half. Saints lead the Dolphins 8-5. We'll be right back from the Saints Center. And we're back from Buffalo, New York, where the Dolphins trail by 3. Our score, Deauville 8, Staten Island 5. Just over 14 minutes to play here in the first half. Chestnut with it. Uses the Kone screen. Double teamed inside. Barely kept his pivot foot. Now Torres hands off to Goldstein. 8 to shoot. Goldstein harassed well beyond the arc. Deep three on the way. Air ball. And Benedict grabbed the rebound, but we will see if they rule this one hit the rim. My initial thought was that the shot was an air ball. And it's possible they overruled it. And indeed, they do overrule it. That ball grazing the rim earns the Dolphins another possession. Andrew Benedict with the offensive board. And it's a good thing he played that all the way through. Benedict with it now, 15 to shoot. He hands off to Goldstein. Goldstein now with 10 on the shot clock, works the baseline, gets inside, finds Chestnut. Chestnut is rejected. And the Saints look to run the other way. The Saints bringing in 2 or 3 new players at that last timeout. Among them, Nathan Andrice, who blocked that last shot. Also into the game is Justin Moore. Bounce pass inside, and quickly Lucas Brown gets on the board. He also just checked in. And the Saints now lead at 10-5. Chestnut looks to drive. And his finger roll rolls off, but Kone has the putback dunk. 10-7 our score now as Asa Kone has the rim-rattling putback. Ball with Masadia well beyond the arc. passes to Andrice. Quick kick out. Brown. Short on the 3. Rebounded by Goldstein. Goldstein into the corner. And Benedict is short on the 3. Kick out into the corner once again as the Saints work it out. And Moore is able to bank it in. Saints got to the rim, did not look to shoot it, quickly worked it outside, and Moore gets the running bank shot to go. Goldstein on the drive, lefty floater, no good off glass. And the rebound is brought in by Moore. Here come the Saints. Moore finds a cutting Lashard Lowry Jr., and he draws the foul. Foul called on Torres, and that will send us to our second media timeout. 11:56 to go in the first half, and it has been a quick-moving first half. Not many whistles at all. Our score, DeUville 12 and Staten Island 7. And we are back from the Saints Center, where the Dolphins trail 12-7. Free throws coming up for DeUville, as they will send Lashard Lowry Jr. to the line. His first free throw rattles out, and the lead remains 5. Second free throw is good, and the Saints go in front by 6. Under 12 minutes to play in the half. Dolphins face a bit of pressure, and they navigate it well as Goldstein finds Kone for the dunk. Saints apply the pressure, and the Dolphins immediately take advantage. DeUville working it around the perimeter here. Brown with it, top of the arc, looking to drive, finds the open man in the corner, and Lowry Jr. could not hit the 3. Offensive rebound by Andrice. His layup won't go. Potties all over the floor, and the Dolphins have numbers. Alley-oop, Goldstein to Kone for the lay-in. Dolphins, just like that, have cut the lead to 2. Lowry Jr. with it, defended by Goldstein. Ball outside now with Warren. Warren drives to his left. Brown from the corner now. Bounce pass back to Warren, and his lay-in is good in traffic. Tough shot inside by Elisha Warren. Chestnut swings it to Benedict on the wing. He had it poked away. Benedict harassed. Gives it up to Goldstein. Screen from Kone. Goldstein on the drive, and he is rejected. Andrice with another block. And the Saints control it as they had to chase it down around the far sideline. Pull-up jumper. Moore, no good. Kone tied up, and Brown took it away. Coach T.J. Tibbs wanted to travel, did not get the call, and the Saints come up empty on the second chance. Here come the Dolphins, back the other way. Chestnut to the rim, lays it in over Andrice. Andrice seeking another rejection, but JJ with the nice touch, able to scoop it in over his outstretched arm. Dolphins back to within 2, under 10 minutes to play in the first half. Andrice back to the basket, kicks out to Moore. His three-pointer too short. And once again, it's an offensive rebound for D'Youville. Warren on the drive, count the basket and one. Warren driving baseline, finishes off the aggressive spin move. He went up in traffic and will head to the line for one more. Looks like 4 new Saints entering the game here. Reynolds, Masadia, Milivojevic, and Matt Sell all back into the game for D'Youville. Mitchell Wiggin checking in for the Dolphins as well. Wiggin replaces Chestnut. The only Saint to remain out there was the free throw shooter Warren. He knocks down the free throw, and the DYU lead is back to 5. Wiggin looking to drive on Matt Sell. Milivojevic altered that shot. Kone has the offensive board. Torres open on the kick out. His step back three goes down. Brandon Torres continuing to contribute at both ends of the floor, and he knocks down the three. Dolphins right back to within 2. Masadia kicks it out to Reynolds. Now Warren. Right back to Masadia. Into the corner. Shot fake by Reynolds. And he sends it back to the top of the arc. Masadia. Step back three. Air ball. Benedict with the rebound. He pushes across half court. Now Torres. For Wiggin. Wiggin back to the basket. Had to kick out as he lost his dribble. Goldstein over the Kone screen. Gets inside and lays it in. Count the basket and the foul. Goldstein pushed from behind as he finishes on the aggressive drive. That ties the score at 18, and Goldstein will have a chance to give the Dolphins the lead from the free throw line. And the free throw by Goldstein gives the Dolphins the 1-point advantage. Our score 19-18 with just over 8 minutes to play in the half. Matsell with it, now Milivojevic and Masadia. Masadia drives, met by a pair of Dolphins inside, leaving Matsell open. Too strong on the three, and Milivojevic snatched the rebound and was fouled. He had 4 Dolphins surrounding him, was able to bring it in, and was fouled, as that will also send us to immediate timeout. 7:56 to go in a fast-moving first half. The Dolphins lead it by 1. Our score, Staten Island 19 and D'Youville 18. Just inside of 8 minutes to play in the first half from the Saints Center. Staten Island on top of D'Youville 19-18. Saints with it out of the media timeout. Brown feeds Andrice inside for the easy 2. As the Dolphins got caught with a mismatch on the interior. Without Kone in the game, the Dolphins could be prone to that, though Tynes is out there right now as well. Goldstein attacks and does not get the roll. Rebound by Andrice. Quick outlet headed this way. And a job well done to brace the table by our crew here. We got an unsolicited visit there from Lucas Brown trying to save that ball along the sideline. It's a good thing the structural integrity of this table can be trusted. Stays Dolphins ball. Benedict inside. Drew some contact. No whistle. Torres saved it, but he saved it to Reynolds, and now the Saints have numbers. Reynolds off the front rim with the floater. Matsell with the rebound. Banks it in. Saints have done good work on the offensive glass. Torres rattles out the baseline fadeaway, and who else? It's Benedict. Offensive rebound for Benedict, and he draws the foul. Dolphins leading on the offensive glass 7-5, leading on the glass overall 20-17. And with that last foul call, Andrew Benedict will head to the line for 2 shots. Benedict's first free throw is good.
Brandon, you gotta go 10. Vince, go 4. JJ, 2. AG say 0. Brandon, you got 30.
Second free throw is good. The ball got away into the corner. It's tracked down courtside. And the Saints inbound with 6:41 to go in the half. Our score, D'Youville 22, Staten Island 21. Masadia on the drive, and that's too easy. D'Youville now with 16 points in the paint of their 24. Wiggin, bounce pass to a cutting Benedict, and he got caught between 3 Saints, threw it off the legs of any one of those 3 D'Youville defenders. Meanwhile, on the D'Youville side of things, Warren will check back in. That'll send Reynolds to the bench. Dolphins with 10 to shoot. Wiggin out of a double team. Gets inside and gets it to go! Mitchell Wiggin working out of a double team, spins through traffic and converts through contact. Wiggin continues to impress at the offensive end. Wiggin already with a 3-pointer. We know what he can do from the mid-range and is as explosive as they come. Driving to the basket, but his free throw is no good. And the Saints maintain a 1-point lead. Entry pass into heavy traffic, and the Dolphins knocked it away from Andrice, but couldn't keep it in bounds. It's been interesting being between the benches to call this game. Very rarely do I call a game from in between the benches. But it definitely gives you a very different perspective of how the game is managed. I'm directly alongside the Dolphins bench for this game. I was up in the bleachers for the women's game, but I saw an open seat at the end of the table and helped myself. Thank you to Emma and Andy for welcoming me. I got a chance to speak to both of them before the game. 6 to shoot now for D'Youville. And that's an easy steal for Benedict on a poor entry pass. Chestnut racing up the floor, finds Goldstein. Splash. It's an AG 3 from the corner, and the Dolphins lead it 26-24. Under 5.5 to play in this first half. Warren. Off the mark. Wiggin with the rebound. Dolphins look to push again. Benedict for Goldstein. And Wiggin had it go through his hands. Warren alone against Chestnut. Kicked it with his heel and couldn't finish. I don't know how that ball ended up back in his hands. He dribbled it off his heel. And Goldstein draws a foul underneath at the other end. Trayton Trice in the game for D'Youville. Commits the foul on Goldstein. And that will send AG to the line. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Dolphins with a chance to extend their lead from the stripe. Goldstein's first free throw is good to put the Dolphins up 3. Goldstein now with 7, and that second free throw ties him for the team lead with 8. Both he and Kone with 8 points. On the side of D'Youville, Macedonia leads the way with 7. Lowry Jr. kicks out, and Kone was able to alter that shot on the drive, but better offense by Moore to find a way to put that one in. A high-arcing teardrop in heavy traffic pulls D'Youville within 2. Goldstein tied up, finds Kone on the inside. He backs in against Trice, and Benedict, the beneficiary on the cut. Kone got knocked down on his way to the floor. He found the cutting Benedict. Pull-up jumper by Lowry Jr. is good. And the Saints cut the lead to 2 again. These two teams going back and forth now. Chestnut, floater, off the back rim, no good. And he draws a foul on the second try as he rebounded his own miss. Inside of 4 minutes, we head to our final media timeout of this first half. Our score with 3:55 to go before halftime. The Dolphins 30 and the Saints 28. And we are back from Buffalo with J.J. Chestnut at the free throw line. The latest entry into the 1,000-point club. Entered the night at 1,001. And his first free throw is no good. J.J. with 2 points tonight on just 1 of 6, but he has 3 rebounds, 2 assists and a steal. Kone and Goldstein each with 5 rebounds. Wiggin with 4 rebounds. Benedict and Chestnut with 3 each. It's been a team effort on the glass. Saints with it now, trailing by 3. And the lay-in is good by Moore. Chestnut was 1 of 2 at that last trip to the line. He now has it well beyond the arc, 3.5 to play. Dolphins leading by 1. Wiggin with his back to the basket beyond the arc. Looks to drive, gains a step, finds Kone, but Wiggin is whistled for a charge. Wiggins attempt to drive, drew the defense, but Wigan could not slow his momentum down as he kicked it toward the baseline for the cutting Kone. He commits the charge, and it will be Saints ball as they attend to a wet spot on the floor. Taking a look at some first half stats, the numbers that really leaps off the page for D'Youville. Points in the paint, 22. Meanwhile, on the other side, Dolphins with the advantage on the glass, a distinct advantage from downtown. Moore again with a tough pull-up jumper. This time can't get it to go. Immediately he pats his chest as to say, my bad, directing that to his bench. This is Benedict on the wing. Saints harassing him. Benedict working his way inside, and the hook shot won't go. That's an air ball, and it will be Saints basketball. Both teams have done a really good job taking care of the basketball. Only 6 combined turnovers. The Dolphins with 4, the Saints with 2. Ball in the corner now. Massadia knocks down the jumper off the feed from Lowry Jr. As soon as Lowry Jr. got inside the arc, he immediately looked to kick it. Massadia made no mistake on the jumper, and the Saints have the lead back. It's 32-31, and the Dolphins turn it over. Goldstein had Kone. The pass was tipped, and it was tipped once by D'Youville and then a second time by Kone. 2:18 to go in the first half. Dolphins trail 32-31. And at halftime, we have a special guest coming over to join me. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Lowry Jr. on the drive, forced to kick out. 10 to shoot now for Massadia. And he finds Milivojevic, who throws it down. Kone tried to come in for the block, but could not get a piece of that shot from behind. It's a 3-point Saint lead. Goldstein defended well beyond the arc by Lowry Jr. He pulls up for 3. In and out. Kone had the rebound knocked away from him. And the Saints control with under 90 seconds to play in the half. And the corner 3 was good. However, Lowry Jr. stepped on the sideline. And that's a big swing, as D'Youville would have gone in front by 6 there. Goldstein brings it across the timeline with 20 on the shot clock. Wigan now from the corner. Looks to drive, can't finish. And Milivojevic has really done a good job altering his attempts inside. On the break, it's a 3 from Lowry Jr. halfway down and out. Rebound loose on the floor. Benedict's got it. And that's a good timeout by TJ Tibbs. He had 2 of his players on top of that ball. And the Saints closing in to try and force the jump ball. Under a minute to play now in the first half. The Dolphins trail 34-31. That timeout will be a 30-second timeout, which will keep us right here. As I mentioned, we're going to have a special guest joining me at halftime. Those of you familiar with our broadcasts probably know who that is already, but that's even more of a reason to stay tuned, as we have under a minute to go before our halftime conversation. This broadcast, the second of 4 this weekend. The CSI women picked up a win over D'Youville in our first game. Women's basketball now 2-2 in conference play. 6-9 overall on the year. The men come in 11-4. They are 2-1 in conference play, as Dolphins nearly turned it over off the inbound. Now they have numbers at the other end, and it's an AB3. Andrew Benedict from downtown. And that ties the score at 34. Rhymes for days over here at the commentary desk. Macedia almost turned it over on the kick out. Now Lowry Jr. drives at Goldstein. Matsell, defended by Wigan at the free throw line, looking to back in. Forced into a kick out. 5 to shoot. Lowry Jr. Fall away jumper over Goldstein. It won't go. 13 seconds remaining in the half. And the Dolphins will have one final shot to take the lead. Goldstein spins with the left. Can't finish. Kone's putback won't go. 2 seconds on the clock. And the heave almost went, but that will not count. And that will send us to halftime. Our score tied at 34. And as promised, a special guest takes his seat next to me. It's men's basketball head coach TJ Tibbs. And coach, first game of the Buffalo trip, always a staple on the schedule every year. How does the preparation look a bit different for this game? And how do you think the team performed through the first 20 minutes?
I think we're fighting. I mean, the Uville's one of the toughest teams to play against. You know, they're extremely well coached. They play really, really hard. They play with a lot of energy. You know, they have really good pieces. So we knew we were going to be in for a fight. I love the way we answered. You know, they jumped on us early. The game is really physical. The refs are doing a great job. But we answered really well. We got to clean up a lot of stuff on defense. Just communication, stuff that's scout stuff. But they're doing a good job of taking advantage of some things. And, you know, we'll clean up in the second half.
And for the Saints, 24 points in the paint in that first half. How do you slow them down on the inside?
It's got to be more physical. I mean, we know that we're smaller than guys, and, you know, their big kid is pretty good. You know, they're physical. They have size all over. But we just need to be a lot more physical. We need to fight the battle on the ground. We're not going to win the battle in the air against this team. So we got to be more physical on the ground and then give ourselves a chance so we could get out in transition and get some of those easy baskets.
And a rare situation where you have 2 games in 3 days. The physicality of this game, as you mentioned, definitely playing a role. How does that factor in with the game looming on Sunday?
Got to win this one. That's the biggest thing. You worry about Sunday when we get to it, but got to win this one. Got to do whatever we got to do to try to win this one. This is a tough one. Every game in the league is very tough, so we got to figure out a way in the next 20 minutes to be better than them.
All right, thanks, Coach. As always, a pleasure. Men's basketball head coach TJ Tibbs, kind enough to join us ahead of the halftime break. Our score at halftime, all knotted up at 34 between the Dolphins and Saints. My mic will go silent for the next 13 minutes. And when we come back here on CSI Sportsnet, audio coverage of the second half from the Saints Center. Once again, our score tied at 34 as we enter halftime. Joe Foreman back with you from the Saints Center in Buffalo, New York, as the Dolphins and the Saints enter the second half, all tied up at 34. We got a chance to speak to men's basketball head coach TJ Tibbs ahead of the halftime break, and he mentioned something that we picked up on throughout that first half, and that's the physicality of this game. The Saints and the Dolphins going back and forth in terms of the physical nature of this one, and I think the product of that, especially on the Uville side of things, has been points in the paint. They've looked to initiate contact around the basket, looked to aggressively attack the teeth of the CSI defense, and so far for them, it has paid off in terms of their inside scoring. On the other side, defensively, they've really challenged the Dolphins physically, and so far the Dolphins have only shot 31% in this game, a bit closer to 32, but that is still uncharacteristically low for this team. You'd expect that number to rise in the second half. That being said, a big difference maker for CSI, despite the poor shooting. 4 of 9 from downtown. They held the Saints to 2 of 14 from distance, so as they have done for much of the season, the Dolphins doing a good job defending the 3-ball, have held opponents to a poor 3-point shooting percentage for much of the year. We checked in on that ahead of our last broadcast. Let's give it one more check here as we start the second half. Opponents shooting just 32% from downtown against the Dolphins this year. CSI shooting 37% from deep. J.J. Chestnut with it, looking to drive high off glass. He cannot finish, but he was fouled, and we'll head to the free throw line for a couple. Chestnut, as I mentioned during the first half, did not get off to an efficient start, just 1 of 6, but has 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. JJ's first free throw is good. And Chestnut's second free throw also good. Dolphins with a 2-point lead. Saints now have it for the first time in this second half. Macedia brings it up the floor. Into the corner now for Warren. Back up top, Macedia with the step back three. And he buries it. Saints back in front by one. Just their third three on 15 tries. Chestnut backing in, finds Tynes. And Tynes hits the corner three. That is our first ET3 of the night. His first points as well. Matsell in the corner, back up top to Macedia. Milivojevic, top of the arc, defended by Kone, gives it up quickly. Macedia left open. Short. Warren had the rebound. Goldstein fighting, takes it away from Milivojevic. He came in from behind and poked that ball away. Reynolds defending Goldstein. He gives it up to Wiggin. Now Chestnut finds Kone. Kone back to the basket. Floats one over Milivojevic and in. Good aggressive move by Asa Kone. Macedia outside. Matsell with the shot fake. Lefty layup won't go. Tynes with the rebound. Kone is down. Dolphins down a man at the offensive end. And Kone is down on the floor, holding his abdomen right now. Saints trainer and head coach TJ Tibbs attending to Kone. There's really no indication of what happened outside of the fact that Asa seems to be holding his abdominal region. So as they attend to Kone, we'll stay right here. He's back up on his feet. Still grabbing at his right side. Might have gotten hit underneath the rib. If you get hit in the right spot there, that is highly uncomfortable. So Kone back over in the huddle at the Dolphins bench. It looks like he's going to stay in the game. But instead, Coach Tibbs will call him to the bench for now. Andrew Benedict will check in his place. So there will be 21 on the shot clock for the Dolphins. Saints have already made some substitutions early in the half as well. Goldstein gets inside. Gives up his dribble, goes up, and banks it in over two Saints. Great patience by Goldstein and a strong finish. Dolphins by 6 now. Kone right back to the scorer's table. He's ready to check back in. Moore with it. Reynolds took that away from Andrice. Now Reynolds looking to drive, had his pass tipped, and Benedict knocks it over to Goldstein. Dolphins with numbers, 5-on-4. Chestnut finds Wiggin, and he is fouled. The Dolphins off to a nice start defensively here in the second half. And the Saints have called timeout. 17:28 to go in this one. The Dolphins out to a 6-point lead to begin half number 2. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by since halftime here at the Saints Center. Dolphins have built a 6-point lead early in the second half with a chance to increase that lead from the free throw line. Mitchell Wiggin will head to the line for a pair right here. And Wiggins' first free throw is good. That extends the lead to 7. Second free throw from Wiggin rattles in, and the Dolphins now lead it by 8. Well, Coach Tibbs said at halftime he wanted his team to be more physical, and I think they've answered the call as Warren lays it in. Warren cutting back door, and just as I began to praise the Dolphins' physicality, they let up one that I think this coaching staff would agree was far too easy. Goldstein into the corner for Chestnut. He drives baseline and is rejected. Andri sent that one into the corner. 13 on the shot clock, and the Dolphins will inbound from the baseline. Long inbound to the top of the arc for Goldstein. He swings it to Chestnut. JJ on the drive, had it poked away, goes up and puts it in. Good composure there by Chestnut. Dolphins back ahead by 8. Masadia backing in on Goldstein. Kicks out off the shot fake. Moore swings it. Back to Masadia. Goldstein defending. He uses the Andri screen, that being Masadia. And he finds Warren in the corner for 3. That's a big shot by Warren, and that pulls the Saints back to within 5. Goldstein with it just beyond the half-court line. Getting a screen from Kone. He looks to drive. He finds Wiggin. Backdoor cut, and Wiggin draws the foul. Wiggin back to the free throw line once again. These free throws for Wiggin will be 4 and 5. He's 2 for 3 from the stripe tonight. Wiggin to the line with exactly 16 minutes to go. The media timeout will have to wait until the next stoppage. Wiggins' first free throw good. He has one more coming. And the Dolphins are back up 7. 49-42 our score, 16 minutes to play. Masadio will bring it up. Looking to drive on Wiggin. He kicks out to Matsell. Matsell, pull up over. Benedict goes down. That was defended well by Benedict, but Matsell able to put it in over him. Saints back to within 5. Goldstein for 3. Splash. Goldstein wasting no time as he buries the triple. He now has 13. Just 4 of 11 from the field, but 2 of 5 from downtown. Warren driving baseline, and he is fouled. And that will send us to a media timeout. 15-17 to go. The Dolphins have built an 8-point lead here in the second half, and we come back. Our score, Staten Island 52 and Deauville 44. Alicia Warren to the line for 2 shots. He hits the first. And the Saints are back to within 7. Dolphins thus far with an 18-12 advantage in the second half following 2 free throws. Warren hits both. The Dolphin lead is 6. Goldstein's pull-up a bit short. And Matsell has the rebound. Matsell swings it. This is Lowry Jr. using the Milivojevic screen. In the corner, Brown left open. Can't hit the 3. And Chestnut has the board. Chestnut looks to push. Matsell races back to meet him. Chestnut, big crossover. He kicks out to Benedict. Benedict driving the baseline, lost it, and kicks it back outside. Chestnut uses the Kone screen. Bounce pass for Kone. And he is fouled. And that will be 2 shots for Kone as he ended up on the floor. Kone will be attempting his first free throws tonight. So far this season, Kone has been to the line 72 times, 52 of 72. That's good for 72%. And his first is good. Kone last season got to the line 72 times. So he had as many free throws as he attempted all of last season entering tonight's game. And free throws 73 and 74 this year are both good. Dolphins lead by 8. Lowry Jr. uses the Milivojevic screen. Now Warren on the drive. High off glass, can't get it to go. And Goldstein has the long rebound. He spins and was stripped. But it will stay Dolphins ball. From rebound to shot attempt to being stripped and the ball landing on the baseline, only 4 seconds came off the shot clock. That's how quickly Goldstein looked to push it up the floor. Goldstein now has the inbound pass. Gets a screen from Kone. Feeds Kone. And Kone was rejected. And the ball landed on his arm on the way down. Milivojevic with another block. That is his 4th. Make it his 3rd. Statistician's too good. Got that one on there before I could pick it up. Masadia driving baseline. Finds Brown on the wing. Saints around the horn. Trice on the drive. Feeds Brown, and he lays it in. Great ball movement there by D'Youville, resulting in an open baseline layup for Lucas Brown. 13:20 to go. Dolphins lead it 54-48. Chestnut looking to drive, spins inside, and lays it in with the left hand. Strong move by J.J. Chestnut. Now Warren looking to answer back, and he draws the foul. Warren back to the free throw line with D'Youville trailing by 8. Still awaiting Warren's first free throw. And he drains it. One more free throw coming here. And Warren goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. He has hit all 5 of his free throws in this game. He leads the Saints with 14 points. Masadia has 12. For the Dolphins, Goldstein leads the way with 13. Kone has 12. Both of them also have 7 rebounds. Chestnut with it, swings it to Goldstein on the wing. Now Benedict on the opposite side of the floor. Back out to Chestnut. Inside, Kone. What a feed by Chestnut, and Kone lays it in. The Dolphins answer some good Saints ball movement with good ball movement of their own. CSI back in front by 8 again. 12.5 to play. Trice on the outside. Hands off. Masadia, Goldstein all over him. Trice sets the screen. Masadia for Brown into the corner. Moore on the drive. He gets inside. Shot altered and rebounded by Asa Kone. Here comes Goldstein back the other way. He spins, gets baseline. Kone doubled off the feed. Benedict corner 3. No good. Matzell with the rebound. Dolphins bench thought for sure that shot was going down. Matzell looks to attack, and he could not finish. Great defense from Chestnut. Torres, short bounce pass. Benedict out to Torres, open for 3. And he can't get it to go, but Benedict was fouled. Benedict wreaking havoc. Even when he doesn't grab the rebound, he manages to draw a foul in pursuit of the board. And with under 12 minutes to play, we head to another media timeout. 11:42 remaining. The Dolphins lead it 58-50. .11:42 to go from the Saints Center, as the Dolphins will inbound from the baseline with 20 to shoot. Chestnut looking for somewhere to go with it, finds Benedict. Off the shot fake, he feeds it inside Kone. Kone is doubled, and Kone banks it in. Now Goldstein was waving his arms on the wing, and Kone went to work in the post and was able to finish. Masadia gets going downhill and probably should have went up with that one. Benedict with the quick hands, able to steal that pass. Chestnut with it now on the wing. Back out to Benedict. Benedict for Goldstein. Goldstein surveys the floor. 15 to shoot. Big crossover. Goldstein around the back. Kicks out to Torres. 8 to shoot. Torres goes up and banks it in. Torres hangs and hits on the drive. And the Dolphins now lead by 12. Largest lead of the game for CSI. Masadia with it. And a moving screen is called on Andrice. This CSI defense has had a stellar second half. Dolphins will inbound with 10:42 to go, leading by 12. Chestnut out to Goldstein. Goldstein swings it over to Chestnut. Feed inside Kone, and he wanted Torres, who was open, but the pass a bit too hot for Torres. Coach Tibbs liked that possession. I could see him applauding 2 feet in front of me. I mentioned earlier the unique perspective calling the game courtside. Warren left open in the corner, and that's off the back rim, no good. Goldstein on the long outlet, kicks out to Chestnut. Off the back rim from three. Rebound tipped away from Kone by Andrice and into the arms of Macedia. Cross-court pass ends up in the corner. And Warren all alone throws down the two-handed slam along the baseline. Under 10 minutes to play, it is now a 10-point game. Dolphins lead 62-52. Chestnut with it, top of the arc, 15 to shoot. Reynolds all over him. He gets a screen from Kone. Bounce pass Goldstein. He'll try a three. Too strong. But the long rebound goes to Kone. Torres wide open in the corner. Off the mark once again. The Dolphins have had the looks these last couple of minutes, but have not been able to hit from three. Reynolds will try. He's way off. Goldstein with it. Bounce pass. Benedict. Alley-oop. Torres! And he banks it in. The Dolphins running the floor effectively. And they lead by 12 once again. 9 minutes to play now. Our score, Staten Island 64, Deauville 52. Moore with it. Looking to drive against Torres. Torres doing well defensively here. Reynolds gained a step on Benedict, and he lays it in with the left. That was a tough shot by Reynolds. Scoops it in off glass with the left. And a timeout is called with 8:39 to go. It is a 30-second timeout, which means a 30-second break for us. We'll be right back from the Saints Center. The Dolphins lead it by 10 with 8:39 remaining. .8:39 to go with the Dolphins leading by double figures. Our score, Staten Island 64 and Deauville 54. It is CSI basketball. Chestnut, pressured by Brown well beyond the arc. He swings it to Goldstein. Right back to Chestnut. Benedict open. Short on the corner three. Milivojevic with the rebound. If the Dolphins were knocking down their threes here in the second half, they may have been able to put this game out of reach already. The looks have been there, but those shots have not been falling. In the first half, the Dolphins were 4 of 9 from downtown. The Dolphins in the second half, they have them at 2 of 5, but these stats are a couple of minutes old. Dolphins now 2 of 8 from downtown in the second half after the 4 of 9 first half. I was going to say, I know they were not shooting 2 of 5. Lowry Jr. kicks out off the drive. Open three in the corner is good by Matt Sell. That is a big basket for the Saints. They're back to within 7. Under 8 minutes to play now. Goldstein to Benedict. Feed inside Wiggin. Wiggin, fall away jumper is good. Mitchell Wiggin, fresh off the bench, immediately scoring. They had to make an adjustment to the score. Moore kicks out as they made the change on the scoreboard. Lowry Jr. tied up by Goldstein, and he could not finish on the step through. Benedict with the rebound. Lowry Jr. turned nothing into a good scoring opportunity and couldn't finish. Now Benedict on the wing. Bounce pass, Wiggin at the free throw line. Out to Tynes. His mid-range jumper is good, and the Dolphins lead it by 11. Lowry Jr., short pass, Milivojevic. A bit short, but he gets the bounce. Saints back to within single digits. The Dolphins' lead is 9 points. Benedict over to Goldstein. Right back to Benedict. Feed inside, Wiggin. Wiggin, cross court, Tynes, Goldstein. Now Kone out to Wiggin for three. No good. And Benedict draws another foul in pursuit of the offensive rebound. Those are plays that don't show up on the stat sheet, but they add up over the course of 40 minutes. And the Dolphins are now in the 1-1 bonus, so Benedict will head to the line when we come back. 6:16 remaining. The Dolphins lead it 68-59. Andrew Benedict to the free throw line with 6:16 remaining. And the Dolphins in front by 9. He hits the first to extend the lead to 10. Keep in mind that was the front end of a 1-1. Second free throw is also good. And the Dolphin lead is back to 11 points. Lowry Jr. let that one roll up the floor a bit. Now Andrice up top, hands off to Warren. Warren on the drive, gets inside, can't finish. Tip-in no good by Andrice, and Goldstein has the long rebound. Goldstein avoids the double team, finds Benedict, right back to Goldstein. TJ Tibbs will tell the Dolphins to slow it down, wisely so. Under 6 minutes to play. Our score, Staten Island 70 and Deauville 59. Goldstein traveled. On the wing, Brown up top to Andrice. Looks like they were trying to set up that handoff for Warren again. Instead, it's Lowry Jr. drawing the foul as he went down hard. They ran Warren around Andrice, showing that handoff, and immediately got the ball into the corner for Lowry Jr. He did gain a step along the baseline and drew the foul underneath. He heads to the line for 2 shots. That team foul, just the 4th for CSI. First free throw, no good. In this game, the Dolphins have been to the line 18 times. The Saints just 8. Dolphins are 16 of 18 from the stripe. And with a 1 of 2 trip from Lowry Jr., the Saints are now 7 of 9. Dolphins lead 70-60. Chestnut kicks out from the free throw line. 12 to shoot. Wiggin, pull-up jumper. Off back iron and rebounded by Matt Sell. Just over 5 minutes to play. Dolphins by 10. Lowry Jr. finds a man in the corner. That was Brown open, and he was fouled by Benedict. That team foul is number 5 on CSI. Saints will inbound from the baseline with 20 to shoot, 5:01 remaining. Matsell gets the inbound on the wing. Andrice with the screen. Matsell looking for room. His mid-range jumper is too strong. And the tip-in won't go either. Ball still loose and pulled in by Chestnut. Up ahead, Goldstein for Wiggin, for Kone. And Kone was fouled by Andrice. Andrice can't believe it. Two shots coming for Kone. Looked like there was a bit of a discussion that was ongoing about that call, but it is indeed a foul. Kone to the line. Under 5 minutes to go now. 2 shots here for Kone. Kone's first free throw good. He's a perfect 3 for 3 from the line. Kone leading the Dolphins with 17 points, is 1 rebound shy of a double-double. Goldstein with 13 points is also 1 rebound shy of a double-double. And then beyond that, 3 more Dolphins have at least 5 boards. And Kone is short on the second free throw. Rebound was taken by Warren. Lowry Jr. swings it to Andrice. Top of the arc. He looks to drive, gets inside, and Wiggin comes out of nowhere for the rejection. Mitchell Wiggin, defensively in this game, has been phenomenal. Getting it done at both ends of the floor. 15 to shoot now. Chestnut way beyond the arc, and Kone is whistled for a moving screen. 4:11 to go. And the Saints will inbound from alongside the Dolphins bench, just a foot or two to my left. Milivojevic over to Moore. Moore looks to drive, met by Chestnut, can't finish. And Milivojevic can't get the putback to go. Rebound by Kone. Under 4 minutes to play now. Dolphins lead it 71-60. Goldstein with his back to the basket. Uses the Kone screen well beyond the arc. Goldstein inside the free throw line. Fakes, finds Kone. Kone at Milivojevic, and he sends that one over the baseline. That one never had a chance. And with under 4 minutes to go, we will have our final media timeout. 3:26 on the clock. The Dolphins lead it by 11. Our score, Staten Island 71 and D'Youville 60. And we are back from the Saints Center, where it is now Saints basketball. The Dolphins running out of time on their last possession. Threw one up at the horn, and a blocking foul is called on Mitchell Wiggin. Had a bit of an audio issue coming out from break there. Couldn't get our lone microphone to unmute. Once again, this is Joe Foreman on the call, courtside from the Saints Center in Buffalo. Hopped on a train from Aberdeen, Mattawan at 6 a.m. this morning, made my way to Newark Airport, and arrived here in Buffalo around 11 o'clock in the morning. I'll be here all weekend through next Tuesday, and then it's back to the tank on Wednesday. Meanwhile, a foul is called. The Dolphins got the ball back after the Saints' attempt ended up out of bounds. We'll make that the front end of a 1-and-1 that was rebounded by Wiggin. Goldstein now to the line. And his first free throw good. Dolphins lead it by 12 with under 3 minutes to play now. And Goldstein goes 2 for 2 from the line. Lowry Jr. from Milivojevic. He picks up his dribble and hands off to Lowry Jr. Lowry Jr. tough all the way on the baseline, won't go. And Kone has the rebound with 2:37 to play. Dolphins might be 1 or 2 buckets away from putting this one out of reach. CSI looking to improve to 3-1 against the ECC. Goldstein gets a screen. Step back jumper. Too strong. Saints race up the floor. Moore with it. Out to Warren. Warren into the corner. Moore stepped on the sideline, it appeared. Can't make out that part of the floor from where I'm seated, but the call is out of bounds. Chestnut with it now for Goldstein. Right back to Chestnut. Under 2 minutes to play. Chestnut was doubled. Wiggin gave it to Kone inside. Back out to Chestnut. Now Benedict. Goldstein with it. 5 to shoot. His step back 3 is no good. And the rebound is allowed to roll out of bounds by D'Youville. Lowry Jr. with it. The Saints have to hurry, and that won't help. It's an air ball from 3, but Matsell has the rebound, and he was fouled. Free throws coming up for D'Youville here. It'll be a 1-and-1. The foul did not occur in the act of shooting. The Dolphins lead by 13 with 1:22 remaining. And the first free throw is good. Second free throw also good. The Dolphin lead now 11. Benedict forced to call timeout. And CSI will talk it over ahead of this inbound pass. .122 on the clock. The Dolphins lead at 73-62. If they can close this out, it'll be a clean sweep of tonight's East Coast Conference doubleheader for CSI basketball. And then some big games looming on Sunday. Dolphins will visit Damon University in Amherst. CSI Sportsnet will be there once again. I will have the call solo beginning on Sunday at noon. Game 1 sees the women take on the Wildcats at 12 p.m. The men's game scheduled for approximately 2 hours later at 2 p.m. Dolphins then make the long trip back to Staten Island as Goldstein turned it over immediately on the inbound. He was met with a double and had the ball, I believe, poked off of his leg. So the Saints get it right back without hardly any time coming off the clock. And Warren had a wide open look from 3, couldn't hit it. Benedict couldn't secure the rebound. And Warren knocks down the 3 on the second attempt. A tumultuous sequence there for the Dolphins. They turn it over following the inbound, get the stop, but Benedict couldn't secure the rebound, and Warren, getting second life on an attempt from three-point range, is able to knock down the second try. It's now a 7-point game. Make that an 8-point game. I could have sworn the scoreboard read 72-65 moments ago, but perhaps they gave that a 2. They did not. So I was just mistaken. And the Dolphin lead is 8 points. Dolphins talking things over with 1:11 to go. And if you're CSI, you're at the point in the game where all you need to do is get the ball in bounds. I think if they get it in and force the foul without a turnover, you go to the line for 2. It's still a 3-score game. I think you have to believe that you're going to get at least one of the free throws to go. And if you do, you're ahead the full breadth of 3 possessions with just about a minute to go. So the Dolphins will inbound with 1:11 to go. Benedict, the inbounder, heaves it up to Kone, and he's fouled. Kone making like a wide receiver, and that's a big target. Kone to the line, where he is 3 of 4 tonight. He has 17 points and 12 rebounds. Both he and Aaron Goldstein with double-doubles. Kone with the 17 and 12, Goldstein with 15 and 10. Wiggin, the other Dolphin, in double figures with 11. He's just 3 of 10 from the field. But he has a couple of blocks, a steal, and 6 rebounds. J.J. Chestnut with 9 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists as well. As Kone hits the first free throw. One more free throw coming up here for Kone. And his second attempt is good. Kone now 5 of 6 from the line tonight. And the Dolphins' lead is back to double figures. The Saints will have to hurry, trailing by 10. Lowry Jr. on the drive, can't finish. And Kone has the rebound. And that very well may do it if the Dolphins don't turn it over. Goldstein will hold on to it. The Saints not looking to foul. And Goldstein almost turned it over. He still had about 15 seconds to spare there. Chestnut had it poked away, brings it back in, and went up with a wild shot. That didn't have a chance. Here come the Saints. And Goldstein commits a foul. He can't believe it. Thought he poked the ball away, but with 33.6 to go, the Saints will head to the line trailing by 10. Heading to the line is Warren. Warren, the Saints' leading scorer with 19. He's just 6 of 15 from the field. And Warren's first free throw is good. Matt Sell has a double-double. He has 12 and 10. Massadil also in double figures with 12. Second free throw by Warren, no good. Rebound by Andrice, and his putback is good. That's probably worst case scenario for the Dolphins right there. a missed second free throw into an immediate putback. The only way that gets worse is if the Saints hit a three. And Goldstein stepped on the sideline. Another Dolphins turnover. The Saints appeared content to let 30 seconds come off the clock last possession. And Chestnut threw up the wild shot that didn't have a chance. Goldstein now turns it over again. And the Saints nearly gave it right back. Reynolds to the basket, finds Warren for three, and he's short. Matt Sell with the offensive board. Warren will try again. No good. And it will stay Saints basketball as Chestnut knocked it over the baseline. However, with just 14.1 to go, it appears time has run out. Saints had a couple of chances to make it interesting, but couldn't connect from three. Reynolds had no choice but to go up. Actually, that was Matt Sell. Couldn't hit. And underneath, Warren has the putback. It's a 5-point game with 9.4 remaining as TJ Tibbs calls timeout. Well, the Dolphins having some issues on the glass late in this game. A couple of bad turnovers, but it appears they will survive. It is a two-possession game, and the Dolphins pretty much just have to get this ball in and take a foul. If they hit 2 free throws, that would put it out of reach. Anything less than 2 free throws keeps D'Youville in the game. Timeouts not displayed on the scoreboard. Listening in, the Dolphins have 1 full left. And again, if they just get the ball in and take the foul, 2 free throws makes it a 3-score game and puts this one out of reach. Goldstein and Benedict were both lined up along the baseline, and the Saints are not fouling. And this game is over as Kone throws it down with 2 hands, and the Dolphins will win it. Matt Sell did not get that off in my estimation, but it will not matter as the shot was an air ball, and the final buzzer sounds as the Dolphins come into the Saints Center and pick up an East Coast Conference victory over D'Youville. Our final score, Staten Island 77 and D'Youville 70. It's a sweep of tonight's conference doubleheader for CSI basketball as they have a matchup with Damon University looming on Sunday for the men. It is a matchup against the number 2 team in Division II. For the women, they have a rematch of last year's East Coast Conference Championship game looming against the Saints. As I mentioned before, that game tips off at 12 p.m. on Sunday. We will be there here on Sportsnet for both games coming up on Sunday as the Dolphins will look to make it back-to-back wins for the women. As for the men, their win streak continues. They are perfect at home, and they continue the win streak here tonight on the road as this victory over the Saints is the 7th in a row for men's basketball. They are now 12-4, and I think without a doubt this is the best start in program history that they've had at the Division II level. Plenty of excitement around this team, and they have a chance to really pick that up with a strong performance on Sunday as the Dolphins take on the Wildcats in Amherst. Women's basketball tips off our Sunday doubleheader at noon. Men's basketball follows at 2 p.m. Until then, this has been Joe Foreman on the call. Once again, our final score, the Dolphins 77 and the Saints 70. We'll be back with you here on Sportsnet on Sunday at noon. Women's basketball tips off in Amherst at 12 p.m. I'll have the call for that game right back here on CSI Sportsnet. Everyone, thanks for listening, and enjoy the rest of your Friday night.